To win big, you need to dream even bigger. And these young racers from across the globe know no limits. The race is on for North America's biggest juvenile race of its kind. Welcome to the 21st Annual Whistler Cup. Whistler saw red this weekend as youth flew in from Australia, Brazil, Hong Kong, and Norway to carve out their place amongst the world's top athletes. 3 days, 4 disciplines, but only one victor will reign supreme, claiming the coveted 2013 Whistler Cup. Catch the technical prowess of slalom, cheer on the speed of Super G, and watch as Canada tries to reclaim the Nations Cup title they won in 2011. Will they take back what was lost to Switzerland last year? Join us for the next half hour for the podiums, parades, and pageantry of the 21st Annual Whistler Cup. The Whistler Cup. It's where speed meets the spirit of ski racing, a long-standing tradition here on Whistler Blackcomb. The Whistler Cup celebrates 21 years of inviting youth ages 12 to 15 from around the world. It's here where they'll learn what it takes to be the best. Each racer is hand-selected by their country. Each race is a battle for national pride and glory, and each podium brings a country one step closer to the ultimate prize, the 2013 Whistler Cup. 21 years ago, there was a need for a place for young racers around the world to gather in international competition on North American soil. Europe already had this place, the legendary Trofeo Topolino juvenile race. And so Canadian visionaries Max Meier, Joze Sparovec and Yeates went to work to create their own on homegrown soil. A mountain resort built on dreams of the Olympics, Whistler was the perfect choice. And now, 21 years later, that vision has resulted in 450 racers from 20 different countries, all seeking to make their mark. The Whistler Cup is more than just an accolade, it's a significant stepping stone in an athlete's ski racing career. More than 176 Whistler Cup athletes have stood on Olympic and World Cup podiums, including Lindsey, Vonn and Tina Maze. Olympic golden girl Ashley McIver also had her start here. And with the showing of talent growing more year after year, there will definitely be many more alpine stars to come. Did you know that 96% of the Canadian alpine ski team all had their start here at the Whistler Cup? More than 450 athletes from 20 different countries are racing the clock. It's taken tireless dedication and hard work to get here. These are model athletes, some in more ways than one. Coming up, meet Argentina's most famous supermodel, a mom of 4 who happily turns the spotlight on her son. And another world-class parent cheers on the next generation of ski racers. Meet an infamous crazy Canuck. There are no shortage of star sightings here at the Whistler Cup, especially on the ultimate speed course, Super G. It's fast, it's furious, and this year a little soggy, but that didn't stop Canadians from taking the top podiums. Speed is what the Canadians are famous for, and speed was what they laid down as Canucks dominated the U16 Super G podiums, including a clean sweep in the men's event.
We get to train with each other, so we can really push each other throughout the year, so I think it's natural that we're all kind of around the same speed.
The elements were against them as racers battled inconsistent conditions. Foggy one minute, clear the next. Athletes never knew what to expect around each turn.
It's been foggy, it's been rainy and snowy, so I think it just varies racer to racer. I mean, Jack, who won, was going down in complete whiteout. I don't know how he did it, but...
But James Jack Crawford did do it, The Whistler Mountain Ski Club racer posted a time of 1.52 seconds, taking gold.
It was one of the better races of my season. There were a few turns that were ruddy, but other than that, the course workers did a great job keeping the course intact.
Whistler Mountain Ski Club teammate Riley Seeger was hot on Jack's heels, though, finishing only 0.06 of a second behind Jack. Seeger ran the fastest second interval time of the day, leaving Canada confident about the weekend ahead.
I think it relaxes us a little bit and give us some confidence for the next couple races coming up.
And the women continued to build that confidence. Team Canada's Stephanie Curry was the top-placing Canadian in the women's event, taking home silver 0.09 of a second behind the first-place finish.
Last year I was 5th in this event, so I improved on my standings, which I'm really happy about. This will be my last year at the Whistler Cup. I hope to move on to the FIS racing stage and compete in international events like this.
Haley McKersher of Calgary, Alberta placed 3rd, while Norway's Kaisa Livekov took the top podium.
I love the mountains and to compete with other countries, and just a nice, it's just nice there.
Canadians fought hard, men and women alike. 6 additional Canucks, such as 4th-place finisher Ali Nallmeyer, filled in the top 10 Super G roster, giving Canada 16 top 10 finishes out of a possible 20. There was no question, speed is in this country's blood. Truly rebels with a cause.
Just knowing that it's dangerous and it scares my mom. That's why I love Super G.
Right out of the gate, Team Canada is proving they're a country to be reckoned with. The Whistler Cup means many things to different people. For some, it's strictly about the race. For others, it's about connecting with other countries and making friends. And for the Voss family, the Whistler Cup is about quality time with their kids.
You can't have a race without volunteers, so.
Later on in the show, parents getting behind their kids' dreams. And the all-important question, which country had the cutest athletes?
I'm not sure, maybe Canada, or Israel, with guys.
There's no question the athletes are the stars here at the Whistler Cup. But it takes an incredible dedicated group of volunteers to really make them shine. Every year, more than 300 volunteers set up not 1 but 2 courses. It's a labor of love, especially for the Voss family.
It was really struck home to me 3 years ago at the Olympics when some of the Olympic gold medalists from Europe were interviewed, and they had very fond memories of coming to Whistler and participating in Whistler Cup.
For the competitors, the Whistler Cup is one of the greatest experiences of their lives. For parents like Henry and Ruth Voss, it's a proud moment and one they wanted to contribute to by volunteering at the event.
It would seem silly to not offer that to the club and to Whistler Cup to do it in that particular volunteer capacity. So it just seemed like a natural fit.
Over 250 people donate their time in preparation and over the 4-day weekend, an inspiring effort seen by all the teens in attendance.
I'm grateful that they do it. You can't have a race without volunteers, so I'd like to thank them.
And having both of my parents have such great big roles in it, it makes it a lot more meaningful.
For these parents, a chance to encourage their kids in pursuit of a dream and make some memories in the process is all the incentive they require.
I know how hard they work all year, and all the training and all the extra days and all the missed school and extra things that we need to do for them. To watch them go down, and then when they cross the line and there's the big smile, that's worth it.
They're all enjoying themselves. They're outdoors, they're independent, they have a bucket load of fun, they come home in the evenings, and they're tired and happy. What more could a parent want?
For the Voss family, the Whistler Cup is right up there on their calendar with birthdays and Christmas. This is a very special time of year for many. All season long, athletes have shed blood, sweat, and tears to get here, both on and off the hill. still to come, cross-training puts this Whistler athlete out front. Then what country came out on top in this technical event? For many, the Whistler Cup is an experience of a lifetime. And that's why an Argentinian model has traveled all the way to Whistler to see her son. Valeria Mazza has appeared on the covers of Sports Illustrated and Vogue, but her smile shines the brightest when she's cheering on her son from the sidelines.
With 20 different countries participating, kids from all over the world travel to Whistler. But a jet-setting life is nothing new for 13-year-old Balthazar Gravier. His mom is none other than Argentine supermodel Valeria Mazza. The most exciting part for Balthazar was finally getting the chance to race at the Whistler Cup.
From the last 2 years, he's asked to come to Whistler because he heard about this cup and it was a group of Argentine that came before. So this year we say, okay, let's go to Whistler. Here we are.
Now that I came, it's really good. The race is really well organized and it's really fun.
Well, it's very nice to have the opportunity, to be with them, to share time with them. You did very well, Balto. We really like that he loves sport like us, but he loves to ski.
Balthazar isn't the only one who's taken a particular liking to skiing. In the next few years, we might see another Gravier on the mountain.
Well, in Argentina, I have a lot of fun racing over there. And I think skiing is my favorite sport.
With his little brother to back him up and a great experience for the whole family, Balthazar might have an easier time convincing his parents to let him go next year.
Parent and child, coach and athlete, local and visitor, the Whistler Cup is all about relationships. It's as much about camaraderie as it is about competition, and never is that more evident than at the Parade of Nations.
The Parade of Nations collects everyone at the Whistler Cup for a massive display of national pride. It also gives them a chance to meet and talk about the weekend.
What do you think of the whole Whistler Cup experience? What do you like? What's your favorite parts and why?
All these dominate.
Just meet new people and have fun on the race and stuff.
It's a good experience and we can make some friends. Just lots of fun, really. Yeah, it's been really good.
The weather sucks, but still it's pretty nice. And the atmosphere and people are very friendly.
I think it's awesome. This is my first time and I just think that getting everyone together from all around the world is awesome.
It's unbelievable to be in a peer group with all these kids from around the world. It's life-changing. It gives you so much more perspective of where the sport is.
I'm excited for the race and to be with everybody from places.
And just moments before marching through Whistler Village with flags in hand, nervous yet boisterous singing begins to break out.
Fratelli d'Italia, oh noi we matura. Oh, we are young and free. Sioni, yes, our home and native land.
Okay, thank you.
The Whistler Cup boasts the strongest and fastest in their fields. Caution is thrown to the wind as these athletes lay everything down on the line. And many wouldn't be able to do that without the support of their families. Coming up, the other team that keeps Riley Seeger on course. And the Crazy Canuck tradition is passed on to the next generation of ski racers. Another young skier to look out for is Gabrielle Smith. The grade 9 Whistler Secondary School student has medaled in multiple sports, giving her that inside edge on snow.
I play for the U16 rep girls soccer team. I don't play the games when I ski, but my coach Bernard luckily let me play for the first half of the season and I come to all the practices in the second.
Life is a juggling act for the multi-talented Gabrielle or Gabby Smith. Today she's squeezing in soccer, while tomorrow it might be alpine racing or even cross-country skiing. Last year, the skinny skier placed 4th at the BC Winter Games.
It's really good for your cardio and stuff, and it makes ski racing a lot easier.
The self-motivated 14-year-old placed top 10 in alpine racing this year at Provincials.
Gabby Smith has been doing quite well. She's, she's a younger U16 and certainly getting a load of experience and skills that are improving every day. Seeing the fire in the way she's skiing right now, it's pretty impressive.
That same fire is evident off-hill as well. More competitive with herself than others, Gabby's inner drive puts her out front.
When she gets the ball, she doesn't let go. She doesn't give up. She puts a lot of pressure on the other team. And in doing so, she actually opens up the game for her teammates.
An attitude she takes on course as well.
I take the teamwork from soccer and I apply it to skiing. When you apply it to skiing, you can really cheer on the other people and be a really good teammate.
We're certainly advocates of other sports and cross-training. I think anything that's competitive, to really get those competitive juices flowing, only lends well to ski racing or any of the other sports where that little edge that you need to push through for great results.
For many youth raised in Whistler, the biggest decision they'll ever have to make is what sport they want to specialize in. Athletes have definitely made their choice here at the Whistler Cup, and there's only one road to the top. And sometimes it comes with a few turns as we head out on the slalom course. It was Canada versus Norway on the U16 slalom course in both the men's and women's events, as the two countries battled head-to-head in the gates.
All the girls were really good, it was a really strong group, and everyone was, it was great.
A difference of split seconds put Norway out front. Kaisa-Lee Vikhoff accepted her second gold place finish of the weekend with a time of 1 minute 31.13 seconds.
I didn't expect it, and I just tried to do my best. I just wanted to qualify to Whistler, and now I won 2 races. It's unbelievable.
Team Canada racers Ali Nullmeyer and Amelia Smart won silver and bronze respectively.
My second run wasn't as good. I got bumped back, but I'm still happy with it.
I love racing against all these other girls and just having this experience to train with all the other Canadian team girls.
The same rankings followed on the men's course as Norway's Jen Harold Johansson pulled out front to take first place.
I was just trying to be smooth over the moguls and go fast. It's been really good. I was in Trofeo Topolino last year, and I think this topped it. It's much better. Just a greater event, I think.
Despite his late start number, Team Canada's Jack Crawford pushed his way through the pack to a silver medal.
I'm happy that I was able to, yet again, start 40 in the 40s and come top 3.
Teammate Riley Seeger won bronze after posting the fastest run of the day despite deteriorating conditions.
This year I've just been working on being more relaxed in the start. That's been my problem in the past.
So many factors come into play with ski racing. Sometimes it's weather, other times it's injuries or even mental games. But one thing athletes can always count on is the support of their parents.
This year marks 15-year-old Riley Seeger's 5th year at Whistler Cup. Or 7th if you count the times he's come along with the rest of the family when his older brother Brody started racing. And for a family that does everything together, it's no wonder that Riley's parents are also volunteers for the big weekend.
As we gathered experience, we just ended up digging in deeper and deeper.
And while Riley prepares himself for the race, Mark works on the timing crew, and Patricia starts her mornings early as the volunteer coordinator. And even though they're in different departments, they always make time for their most important task.
Most definitely want to be there to watch him cross the finish line.
So what happened at the top? I couldn't watch.
Surrounding himself with family gives Riley that extra boost to get through what can be a hectic weekend.
Well, it's good. You have it at home, and it makes you feel good in the morning and feel more confident on the race hill.
Riley's 5th year also means his last year racing in Whistler Cup.
I think I've spent my fair share at Whistler Cup, so it's not too bad, but have some good memories.
And while he's ready to advance and move on, his parents, on the other hand, are already looking forward to volunteering next year.
Well, I think so.
Most definitely.
And what started as just another family activity has become so much more for the Seegers.
We had sort of had the intent of becoming good skiers, competent, safe skiers, but they've become really great people, and that's part of ski racing.
Mother Nature has thrown every type of weather condition at these athletes. Sun and snow, sleet and rain, but all this is preparing them for that next big step and maybe even one day the Olympics. These may be the very faces you see at the 2018 Olympic Games. It all starts here. And next up, let's head up to giant slalom.
When you're having fun, that's when the medals come.
A great catchphrase to live by, and one that clearly illustrated itself on the U16 giant slalom course in both the men's and women's events.
I've been liking GS these days, and I guess that shows in my skiing.
Yes, it's one of my favorite events.
These two Canadians' joy was both felt and seen as they claimed the #1 podium in giant slalom. Team Canada's Amelia Smart won gold by more than 2 seconds with a combined time of 1 minute 53.15 seconds.
I was just focusing on the course, just attacking it and skiing it well.
Japan's Mayo Arei followed in second, and Catherine Parker of Australia placed third.
The snow conditions, it's pretty bumpy, but it was still fun. It was pretty tough. Yeah, there's some pretty good skiers out there.
And that included skiers on the men's course. Canadians added gold and silver to their country's roster the following day. 16-year-old Sam Mulligan led the charge with a combined time of 1 minute 41.79 seconds.
I'm really happy to end up in first place. I think the first run the course was a lot smoother, a lot icier. Second run was pretty rough, but I think everyone had the same conditions, and I just dealt with it pretty well, and I feel lucky to be on the podium.
Mulligan was in good company with fellow Team Canada member Keegan Sharp taking silver.
It was fun to be here again. My 2 races prior to this, Super G and slalom, they didn't go as I hoped. I fell in the Super G and came 4th in the slalom with a pretty big mistake in my first run. So, I mean, I'm happy with how I improved. And today was just a good day to top it all off.
Norway's Jan Harald took bronze, his second piece of hardware after winning gold in slalom earlier in the week. Something to smile about, both off and on the hill for the best results. The difference between podiums can happen in a split second, and nobody knows that better than Ken Reid, the leader of the fabled Crazy Canucks.
One of the really fun things that we've had for nearly a decade is being able to come to Whistler Cup and cheer on all 3 of our boys. And it brings us all together to be able to previously cheer on Eric, who's my oldest, then Kevin, and now Jeffrey, the third to come through the program.
Jeffrey is not only following his brother's footsteps today, the whole family is ski crazy. Ken's mother was the 1948 Canadian champion.
She instilled in our whole family that love of skiing, and both myself and my younger brother went on to the national team and Olympic teams. On Linda's side, same thing. That's actually more skiing because both Jake and Jerry Robbins are very active skiers.
Linda was actually the 1981 Canadian champ, and her mother Jerry is still skiing and came to Whistler to see Jeffrey.
Well, I was quite excited to see him and get the big hug. He was busy giving everybody hugs. I got a charge out of that.
Well, it's pretty awesome just to have all the support and have a little cheering squad when you get to the finish. Definitely boost confidence and probably help my run out a little.
All right, smile.
For Ken Reid and his entire family, skiing is more than a hobby or a sport. It's a way of weaving the family together.
Jeffrey Reid. This year, Christmas time, we had everybody home, which is a rarity now because they're traveling all over the world. And the first thing they asked to do was, can we go skiing together as a family? And that's pretty cool.
The next generation of ski racers are here. Nancy Green's goddaughter even raced this weekend as well. The competition has been fierce. Countries have come out fighting. Canada has excelled in the speed events, but has that put them over the top? And will they bring the Whistler Cup home again? 2010 Olympian Julia Murray, daughter to Dave Murray, one of the legendary Crazy Canucks, was one of many presenters who honored the exemplary performance of Canadian athletes, starting with the Dave Murray Award presented to Finn Isles in the U14 division and Jack Crawford in the U16 division. The top Canadian female athletes received the Nancy Green Award, including Whistler Mountain Ski Club racer Brianna McDonald from the U14 division and U16 Team Canada member Amelia Smart.
Amelia, congratulations.
Outstanding volunteerism was then recognized with the Lynn Hume Community Service Award. Lynn Hume presented a $1,000 check to Ontario's Olivia Petrick. Performance awards presented, it was time for the moment everyone had been waiting for, the presentation of the Whistler Cup to the top nations in both the U14 and U16 divisions. Despite having only 4 racers on their team, instead of the standard 6, Japan won the U14 division with 114 points.
Congratulations.
Japan carried on their strong showing by placing 3rd in the U16 standings with 127 points, followed by Norway in 2nd with 178 points. But who would reign supreme? Had the 4 podium finishes by Canadians on the final day of competition pushed Team Canada over the top.
The top nation in the K2 category with 267 points, Canada.
Yes, Canada reclaimed the Whistler Cup with 267 points, 89 points ahead of Norway.
They seemed to do what they needed to do when the job needed to be done. I think that, we had some challenges. Not all the best Canadians necessarily made Team Canada, so we had some kind of battles from inside the country. We had some great athletes like Jack Crawford pull a lot of great things off. And, Norway, Italy, Sweden, great ski nations, especially at this age, challenging us every day. And I think that the 3 boys and girls, Amelia, Ali, Stephanie, Riley, Sam, and Keegan really just did a number. It was great.
There's never a dull moment here at the Whistler Cup. A huge congratulations to all of the teams, and thank you to all the volunteers and parents who have made this happen. The experience the kids have here over 3 days will last them a lifetime. And that wraps up Shaw TV's half-hour special on the 2013 Whistler Cup. From all of our team members, Jim, Ian, Aaron, Jake, Paul, Christine, and myself, Nicole, thanks for watching.